My monitor set up around. It didn't get it quite right. There we go. Hope everyone is well. We are continuing the House Dayne game, which has been ongoing for several weeks now. I also have very good news. I finally, after a month, figured out how to get up my second VOD onto my YouTube channel, my secondary YouTube channel, which I hadn't figured out. It required, get this, me to upload the video, the VOD, which is 4 hours long, and then I have to repeatedly edit out the songs that are copyright. Each one to edit that out for some reason takes on average 12 hours. And there were 20 songs I needed to get rid of. So for the past week, this not uploaded video has been sitting in my browser slowly getting not changed. Fucking hell, it's such a bad system. But anyway, good news on that. Moving forward, we are going to be starting a CK3 game next week, a multiplayer one for tours and tournaments, which I think will be a lot of fun. Look at the music up as well. Where I'm going to be playing accounts. I didn't want to play anything really big in that, so there'll be roleplay multiplayer, of course, as always. It's looking like a big game. There's already 40 signups for it. I expect it to probably be a 50-player game, all in the HRE too. So it's going to be pretty interesting with the tours and tournaments mechanics. We're going to be playing account. I'm trying, my number one pick is the count for the Habsburgs in Western Austria, and my second is Count Otto the Handsome in Bohemia. So we'll see what we end up getting with that. I think that'll be a fun game until Game of Thrones gets updated and we go back to fully playing that in multiplayer roleplay again. The Victoria 3 Spain campaign will be continuing, of course, tomorrow. We are starting a new game for that probably in around a month. My main pick is going to be Japan, and I think those are the major things I wanted to briefly talk about. So, House Dayne. Lord Arthur is starting to get up there. He's 46 years old. He's no longer the young tournament champion he was in his younger years. He has many accomplishments under his belt, notably winning that great tournament in King's Landing when I think he was in his late 20s, early 30s. It's been quite some time. Last session, we basically just had a period where he was scheming and trying to get some manner of sway over Lord Paramount Laram, who's an amazing person. We're not. To be able to fight a war for God's grace. We have two sons, and we would like to see both of them inherit. Optimally, one taking God's grace, giving us more influence and power in Dorne. We're not the most ambitious man, but much like any lord, we're not unambitious either. He also pursued a number of high Dornish noblewomen, all of which failed. Every single one of them. I want to say there was at least half a dozen. So despite being an accomplished tournament knight with the best mustache in all of Westeros, we have struggled quite handily. We also do have a bastard now as well, Dominic Flowers, who is a beautiful child, 1 year old, just recently born. And of course, our own children have grown up. Arthur, our firstborn son, who successfully went to Old Valyria and came back with a dragon egg. Very impressive. He's now 21. Our second-born daughter, the one that's still alive, Doria, is 16. She came of age. And then our second son, Bernard, is 9. So that's the current state of our family. Today, I want to reiterate, our main goal for Arthur, I think, at this point of his life, I mean, he would still want to fight in tournaments, but even with his arrogance, he knows that he can't compete with many of the younger ones. So he's starting to think more about legacy, about the future of his house, and things like that, notably for two reasons. One is that there are not many of us left. House Dayne is very small. There are currently only 6 living members in the family. Most of them are our children, besides one, Marissa Dayne, who is unmarried and has no holdings. So we really need to start growing our family, which is the main reason he wants us to go after the title in God's grace. Now, our mother, Almodus Illyrian, she was from House Illyrian, who owns God Grace. So in the eyes of Arthur, by securing another major title in Dorne will obviously bring our family prestige and power. But moreover, it will give us a chance to grow with another vassal house. In the beginning of the game, we had a semi-cadet branch in High Hermitage, which is within our own border. But our family has faced quite a lot of bad luck. I mean, most of them have died. So establishing another branch would do much to make sure House Dayne survives. I think Arthur at this point would be beginning to think about legacy and the future of his house. So that is our main goal. In order to do that, we did go down an intrigue focus and attempted to gain a favor over Lord Paramount, which I don't believe we got. No, we did not get it. We'll still need to do that, which means we are going to explicitly have to fabricate a hook, which he cannot do. We have to wait until 52, so around a year longer. And when we get that, we'll be able to go to war. Mechanically, you cannot fight a war with another vassal unless you have a hook over your liege. So just heads up on that. Let me fix the music. I'm tempted to just make my own fucking CK3 music video. Not music video, that's wrong. Like a video that has music set in like all the right levels. Because every time like I listen to like playlists that I find on YouTube that fit like the games that we play, the sound is never balanced and it drives me crazy. Remember to do that. Yeah, that's the state of things. We're going to go ahead and get going. How long will this stream be? 3 or 4 hours today. I do apologize for being late to stream today. It was supposed to be 2. We had a really long mod meeting for the Victoria 3 mod, which we're starting to scale up. We're bringing a bunch of new people. We're really trying to make it more professional and stuff. There's a website for it now, too. I'll link it because I spent like 5 hours on it. And when you spend 5 hours on a project, it's always nice for it to be seen, generally speaking. And if you're interested in Vicky 3, you might find it interesting regarding our mod and the plans for the mod, which will relate to all the multiplayer games I'm also going to be streaming. So, yeah, if you want to check that out, you can. But yeah, that lasted a while. It was like 3 hours. So, this stream will be 3 to 4. Hope you're doing well, Cheese. What's up, Hunger Pig? Oh no, we had a crash. Okay, this happened last week. We had 1 crash and then we were fine. I'm hoping that's the same. I am always still a little bit worried that given all the mod updates for the update, this save file will have issues. But this happened last week. Let's just hope for the best. What's up, Jay? Hope you're doing good. Also, I do have the CK3 game we are going to do after this one as well. I'm going to be starting a Game as Venice with a bunch of mods that had been recommended last stream. At the end of last stream, I went down the CK3 mod rabbit hole. That was a couple hours, but there are some fantastic ones I just hadn't seen. The 2 ones we're going to build it around is the trade mod, as well as the, what's it called? The Respublica mod. So we're going to do, when those update for the tours and tournaments, you know, obviously update for CK3, we'll do a proper, you know, merchant playthrough. That'll be the next big campaign I kind of want to take on after this. So when the House Dayne campaign ends, I'm going to do a CK3 campaign of that. We'll still have the multiplayer one ongoing when that starts, but I do want to try that out because it looks really cool. It's such a good mod. Did I watch your videos? No, I did not, Alex. I'll be honest. I've not had time this week. And I know that sounds like, oh, I'm just not watching them, but no, this was a very, very long week. It was a long week. I didn't have time to do much of anything besides important stuff. Tell you what, if you remind me, we'll watch them at the end of today's stream. How about that, Alex? I'm going to probably stream 3 or 4 hours. The last portion, we can watch those videos. I'm fine with that, because they do look interesting. Okay. I'm going to run in a minute just to make sure that we're good. Yes, I can watch them on stream. I'm completely fine with that. Oh, fuck. We were in one of those tournament events when we ended. Always fun. God, I can't wait for tournaments and tours. The jousting system for it is very well made, and mods will only make it better too. I wonder what Game of Thrones mod will actually do. I'm sure they're going to customize it themselves. They've been very... What's the word? I don't want to say ambitious. They've been very willing to, like, try out new things and change, like, core mechanics in CK3, which is really cool. My child Bernard has recently become of age, in which he is able to be squired. Perhaps I could command a vassal of my realm to squire him. I believe Lord Guerin of High Hermitage would be a good candidate. He's not bad, but I think we'd rather do it ourselves, given we don't have a squire, so no. And we will take on our son. We squired our first son as well. That went quite well. He became a very accomplished knight. Not as competent as we wanted him to be, but acceptably. Does he have a guardian? Yes, he does. Alright, it's looking like we're not going to crash. So that's fantastic. Doing pretty well. Been playing Millennium Dawn all day. Lovely. Oh, the new update's been really nice for it. I'm looking forward to the 1.9 update for MD. That's when they're going to add some mechanics that I've been excited for a long time. It's going to, I think, really change the mod. I think they originally had planned to add some of those in 1.8, but they're just tough to do. Like, they're whole new mechanics built on top of a game, right? So it's rough, but that'll That'll be really nice. 1.9 is really, I think, when I'll get very active with MD again. We are going to be starting Millennium Dawn roleplay games again as well, multiplayer ones. I'm going to be starting those in July. And the other big thing I also completely forgot about, and I will throw a link in here if you all want to look at it real quick, is the multiplayer grand campaign will be starting in July. So logistically, I'm kind of uncertain how this is going to go. I will obviously continue my current grand campaign in single player, but we are going to be starting one in multiplayer too. So just a heads up about that. Let me find a quick link to that. Signups are not open for that. They will open the second week of June. And the grand campaign itself will start the second week of July. Which will be really cool. What mechanics? I'm trying to remember like what the MD devs like prefer to be said and not to be said. I've talked about it before, so I'm sure I can talk about this. The one I'm really looking for in 1.9, which they've delayed repeatedly due to it just being very hard to implement, is a fuel system. So basically all your factories and buildings require energy to maintain. So that'll obviously be like the nuclear power grid you have with nuclear mechanics, or it will be from oil. So that will make oil very valuable in states like Saudi Arabia or Indonesia, very, very wealthy, valuable, and fun to play because your oil is innately going to be very competitive. And I think there's a little bit of trade tweaking with that. So that's what I've been really looking forward to. Because, I mean, RPing out, like, not having energy to run your economy and being dependent on energy imports, so fucking cool. So that's more than even any of the focus trees they're planning, I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to that for a long time. Yeah, they've delayed it repeatedly. It's a really hard thing to implement. There's been so many bugs with it. Very brutal. So we'll see. But I'm excited for that. If you read the wrong book, you can die. Yeah, no kidding. Our grandfather, Beric Dane, found that out. Wish I could participate in those new campaigns in July. I'm going to Basic and AIT this summer, so... Oh, really? God damn. Well, good luck. Basic. Like, for the army? Or are you going to the armed forces? Or what for, Hunger Pig? When is climate change in MD? That I don't know. I'd love to see that too, but... Jesus Christ. Can you imagine how difficult that would be to mod in? Alright, our son Bernard. You know, our family has a history with swordsmanship. Let's see if he's going to be another. Let's also appoint a chancellor. I'm going to go with... We'll go with Lord Darien. He's a vassal, which is good. He's fairly competent. And he likes us-ish. Enough. Bernard demonstrating quick thinking and martial prowess. Good. He's taken to the sword. We know he's our son. He's a proper Dane. And we have attorney in Skyreach as well. We'll go to that, of course. We're getting up there. And, you know, typically I think many knights and lords at this point would set their sword aside and not participate in tournaments. But we're Arthur fucking Dane. We're not other lords. We're the greatest fighter in all Westeros. Probably. We're out riding and our dog has run away off into the hills. We're paranoid, so we're going to go after him. We'd want to see if we can find him ourselves. And we made it through the preliminary rounds. Thank you to follow, Matthew. Mateo? Hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Marines. Shit, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, you really picked the hardcore one, huh? My mother's whole side of the family, they're all Marines. Like, almost all of them. Like, all. Really. I briefly at one point considered going to the army. And one of the reasons I decided against it was I didn't want to be tracked down and murdered by members of her family. So, you know. But hell yeah, man. Basic, it's going to be intense. I hope it goes well for you. You only play multiplayer Hoi 4 and Vic. CK3 multiplayer gives me a headache. How come, man? In the past, it hasn't been that good, but it's, I think, in a good place right now. Oh, you're going to Basic too? Oh, yeah, Titan. Alright. Let's see. God damn, I clicked the wrong button, I think, and now we have to actually, heal our tournaments. Lord Paramount Laren is actually competing in this tournament. He has a solid prowess. I mean, he's just such a capable person. It's kind of shitty we're such, like, a bad person, because our Lord Paramount is absolutely amazing. Kind of crazy. After me, it needs to be a realistic name, so what would that name be, Hyper? It needs to be semi-lore accurate, because this is an RP campaign. But, what would you like? Alright, let's see if he wins this. He lost. Yeah, he's much more of a capable diplomat and, administrator. We will be fighting Lord Malor of Mewmont. He is not a bad knight, but we should exceed him fairly well. And in fact, we're going to bet on ourselves. We whacked him, and we took him down with our lance. Easily done. We're Arthur fucking Dayne. Train our son, Bernard, again. We'll teach him more swordsmanship. We're at a tournament. He's here with us. It's a great chance for him to learn. And he did well. Good. You're not going to basic yet. I'm going to go to college first, but delayed entry for the one. Oh, for sure. Are you going to go and try and go for OCS, or are you just going to go straight in after? As you get your bachelor's, I mean, you do have some options there. Ugh. I love this event so much. Lewin? Sure. Sounds good. Absolutely. The bar isn't too crazy. It's just like, don't name your child like, you know, Giga Chad or Meme Lord or something. It's got to just be like, you know, a real name. Lord Alaric the Impaler of House Ronwood we will be fighting. He is a well-known torturer with a lot of dread. But we're Arthur fucking Dayne. We hit him, of course, with our lance, and we knocked him on his fucking ass. Goddamn right. The Impaler. Well, he couldn't impale us with his tournament spear, could he? This also may be one of the last tournaments where we're really going to be competitive, because we are really starting to get up there in age. Like, we won't be able to compete for much longer. Obviously, Arthur won't stop competing, but, you know, realistically. How's it going, Cookie? How you doing? Who is betrothed to Arthur's heir? I forget. To our son and heir, it is Teresa Corgyle. So she is the daughter of the Lord of House Corgyle, which borders us. They're the desert region to our southeast. She is not particularly competent, but it's a political marriage more than anything else, and a good one to secure our future. I want to reiterate, this is almost a time, like, we have to do some expansion. We have to do some planning, but to our house, in terms of priorities, survival is our main kind of focus, right? I want to reiterate, I can't say it enough. There's only 6 of us left. For a noble house, that's a really big deal. Like a huge deal, so. Alright, we're going to be fighting Lord Yoren Manwoody. We're bet on ourselves too. He's competent. We immediately hit him with our spear. We're very good at this, aren't we? And we knocked him on his ass. All the Lords of Dorne are here too. Even if this is our last tournament we win, it would be a good one to do it. It'd cement our legacy in Dorne and ensure songs will be played about us for generations to come. And Arthur's the type to certainly want that. We are fighting Master Devon. You can tell he's from our court due to his absolutely fantastic mustache. A custom in the Torrentine these days. We hit him with our spear, and yes, our lance, I apologize. Another victory. And another tournament won. This, I believe, is our 6th or 7th tournament we've won as Arthur. So, at this point, he is probably considered the most accomplished tournament knight in Westeros, and one of, if not the best fighters. A good legacy to build on. I mean, we are from House Dayne. If we were not exceptional in combat, something would have gone very wrong. We'll go for hard rule. We've definitely shown ourselves to be that, I'd say, at this point. And we'll teach young Bernard more swordsmanship. Fuck the chivalry. Fuck the strategy. The blade is what guides you. He's really taken to it. Oh, shit. We had another bastard. Katrina is carrying the burden of having given birth to a fatherless bastard. It's terrible for an unmarried woman and her child, yet I cannot let it be known that I am the true father. Well, at this point, we've been very open about making our bastards known to be ours, and our wife still loves us. For some reason. I don't know why, but she does. So, I think we're going to go ahead and make the world know he is ours. Primarily, this is because there's so few members of our family left, right? If it takes bastards to maintain, you know, the house, that's what we have to do. So, we're going to go ahead and acknowledge him as ours. The child is mine, and everyone will know it. He's still a bastard, but he's from House Dayne. We'll give him also a martial education. Whoa. My lord, huffs Eric, as he marches up to me, hauling my son Bernard by his ear. This dreaded child has been lying in wait around corners, wearing a wolf skin for a costume, only to jump out screaming and scaring the living daylights out of people. Good lad. Good lad. This is our kennel master, captain of the guard, and knight. He's the son of that Ironborn knight we had previously. He's not as competent as his father, though he is a better fighter. Honestly, it is pretty funny. It is pretty funny. Honestly. Good lad. Let's go teach him some swordsmanship. How could you cheat? Because we're an arrogant prick. And there were rumors around a decade ago. We had many rumors that our wife was cheating on us. We never figured out conclusively that she was or wasn't. But given we're so fucking paranoid and vengeful, which we are, and arrogant, we've started to sleep outside of our marriage vows. Because Arthur would most likely think that she had done that, whether she did or not. So, that's the reason. Again, we're a total asshole. We may be the greatest tourney knight in Westeros, but we're also an insufferable cunt. We have an open relationship. I feel like there would have been a conversation between the two of them. She's literally chaste as well. She clearly does not enjoy anything. I mean, like, we've had very few kids from her, and it's been quite difficult. She's a lovely woman. We get along with her very well, but we're also, you know, we need more kids, and we're not borderline asexual like our wife. So there probably would have been a conversation and a deal made. I mean, he does literally have 2 open lovers in his court, so I assume so. And we're Dornish. It's more acceptable culturally there. You do have to remember that. That is a thing, right? It's not, like, an entirely accepted practice, but culturally in Game of Thrones, Dorne was much more open about having, you know, we'll go with side pieces. The Three-Eyed Raven. Jay, just so you know, you cannot name armies in CK3. So, did you have something in particular you wanted me to name for that? Unfortunately, I wish you could. CK3 is complicated plus multiplayer. I'll pull my hair out, Hoi4 mods I love, and CK3 I love. That's fair, but I think with any of these games, when you go into multiplayer, you need to be willing to sacrifice some mechanics. In a sense, like, if you don't have time or are willing to just, you know, hyper-focus on the elements of making yourself do really, really well, just focus more on the RP and you have a good time. Like, I do that in Stellaris. I love Stellaris. I don't understand it the best these days, but when I play it in multiplayer, I just focus on the RP and allow many of the mechanics to just be overlooked. In the long term, am I much weaker? Yes, but I have fun, so that's what matters, you know. But I get that. It can be a lot. Can you name boats? No, you cannot. They don't really allow you to do anything. Perhaps you could get the Ironborn married to some of Recordia, get some Ironborn knights for the next generation. Not a bad idea. Where is he? We really like him. He's the captain of our guard. We trust him. He doesn't like us, though. I didn't know that. That's a problem. Because he's zealous. Well. He's an Ironborn. Nothing money can't solve. Let's try and get to know him better. Sir Eric. We really liked his father, so we'd like him. We'll try and get to know him better. And let's find him a wife, too. If we matchmake, he'll like us better. We can marry him to our aunt. That's not as crazy of an idea as it may seem. We need more members of House Dayne. Like, Arthur is very aware and very focused on that right now. For him, survival of his house is probably his key driving mission at this point. Even over winning tournaments, he's proven himself there. There's nothing left to prove. Eric's father was the greatest knight, besides Sir Devon, that we'd ever met. We had great respect for him. And his son though lacking perhaps in some areas, he is a very similar personality to us. And he's one of the best fighters in our court, if not the best. Marrying him to our aunt wouldn't be the worst idea, because it would get more members of House Dayne. He'd have to be willing to do a matrilineal marriage, though. Which he would. But it would dishonor our family a little bit. And we are arrogant. Perhaps maybe a kid and you have that has some fucked up traits or something. Sure, we can name the bastard what you like. What do you want the bastard to be named? Someone also did that before, didn't they? I completely forgot. I thought there was. Could be wrong. I have 60 hours in CK3. I need more practice and I'll get better. And your modern Vic is great, but I have a gaming laptop that's 5 years old and runs slowly. That's fair. Gaming laptops age so badly. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. We're going to marry our aunt to Sir Eric. We're basically bringing him, like, into the family. Like, what does Arthur respect above all else? He's arrogant, he's elitist, but what does he respect completely and utterly? Skill in combat, swordsmanship, ability to actually fight. And he's the best in our court. So we'd like him a lot. We respect him. We respected his father. Yeah, we're going to do this. We'll bring him into the family. We may also give him a holding, too. We also were made the admiral by our Lord Paramount. So at this point, the Starfall and the Torrentine are becoming a little bit more maritime in nature. Arthur was never a sailor growing up. He didn't have much experience, but he's clearly had to learn to fill that position. So having some Ironborns to help out with that would be very useful, wouldn't it? All right, hopefully we get some more kids. And we'll use that potentially to make a cadet branch of our family somewhere in the Torrentine. Because I do want the God's Grace region, if we can get it, to go to our second son. My agents have prepared for weeks. The cook has been bribed, and he'll look the other way, and the poison has been acquired. The duck was gifted to Leah alone. She's our rival. The one that, remember, pissed us off for, like, advocating for her village, and who beat us in single combat. Like, badly. So, we hate her. It will be rubbed in the poison, and the bed of herbs will mask the smell. We're going to try and murder her. And we'll succeed. This is the first murder we've ever done, too. I've avoided it his whole life because I didn't think it made sense, but for her, I think he'd do it. And we have succeeded. The poison did its job, and Leah is no more. We could have beat her in single combat, but if we'd murdered a peasant, it would have caused issues. It's cleaner this way. It's better. Less problems. We have other matters to attend to. He is very good with swordsmanship. My lover Katrina stops me in the corridor, grinning from ear to ear. In her hand are 2 fishing poles. Come fishing with me today, dear love. I promise you will love it, she exclaims. It's been a while since I took a break and escaped the hustle and bustle of the castle. We are arrogant, but we're focusing more on sea matters. So we might have even gotten a bit of an interest in fishing. Plus it gives us a chance to screw our lover and get more kids. Let's do it. I don't think the fishing pole is the only pole Arthur was thinking about there. That was a bad joke. I apologize. Prepare that sword. And we'll train our son again. Name them Khaleesi? That's it. Okay, so that's a lore title in Game of Thrones, so I'm not going to do that. That means something very specific, and culturally it would be not something we name a kid, and it'd be a really big deal. So I will overrule that one. I don't like to normally do that, but that lore-wise is very important not to do. She has an STD. It's fine. It's fine. She'll survive. She can still have kids. Don't think too hard about it. Let's recruit another good knight to our court. Derek of Septwood. Let's also start knighting these guys. We can't have people working for us if they're not knights. And we bought some cooked scorpion. I'm not going to read this event because I've done it before. Or are they already knights? Yeah, I think they are. Not all of them are. Speaking of the devil, Arneld a hedge knight has arrived at my court. He has requested permission to rest at my keep for a short while before he returns his travels. In return, he has offered me his service for the duration of his stay. He's very incompetent. We're going to laugh him out of the building. Return to the hedges and rest there, vagrant. More swordsmanship. I've never watched anyone play this. Is vanilla good as well? I kind of want to give this game a go. CK3, yes, it's a fantastic game. It is very playable at present. Mods make it really good. The recent DLC made it viable, though it's overpriced as shit. But yeah, it is a very good game. I'd recommend it. If you like roleplay, if you like RPG with strategy elements, and if you like any of the lores for like Game of Thrones, Elder Scrolls, The Witcher, like White Wolf stuff, there's amazing mods for all that, you know, even like Way of the Kings. So yeah, it's a good game. I recommend it. No idea. Looked up fantasy names, then it was the top of its head. You can use like a regular person name too. All right, we're gonna go to Attorney in Sandstone. We made it through the preliminary rounds. Maybe Arthur will be competitive longer than I thought. How's our son's status? He must be already very, very, almost competent enough to be a knight. Let's look. Yeah, he's already, oh, he's almost ready to become a knight already at 10. That's impressive. The rule we have now, though, is we do not knight anyone until they come of age and can grow a mustache. Until someone has able to grow the distinctive mustache of Starfall. Which we started naturally, because, well, I mean, our fashion sense is without equal. They cannot become a knight. I mean, it's just unacceptable. So when he becomes 18, we'll knight him. Are there any good ones for Mountain Blade? Mountain Blade Bannerlord has some very good mods. Yeah, definitely. There's still, a lot of them still need more work. They're not as far along as CK3, because Mountain Blade is, I think, much, like, more intensive to do. But yeah, there's some good ones for Bannerlord as well, if that's what you mean. But let me? Yeah, sure. I think we can rename them. Yeah, we can. We will bet on ourselves. Name our bastard Bellamy. Bellamy Sand. And we will bet on ourselves. We knocked him off his horse. Sure. He was very competent. My God, Lord Darren is Streamfall. He's a very competent individual. My God, look at those stats. But no match for Sir Arthur Dayne. Bob. Bob Sand. Like. Lewin, yes. I'll name my, are you okay with the first bastard for Lewin? Instead of Dominic. We can do that. Lewin. He's the beautiful one, so I assume there's no issue there. Lewin Sand. Or Lewin Flowers, I apologize. Because he was born with his mother in the Reach, but he's our son. He'll be interesting. Kind of might be another, like, almost like Geralt Darkstar type. If he becomes a total asshole, but is really competent with a sword. Which seems to be a common theme with members of House Dayne, I think. Oh, God, this event. Also, I think we are able to begin trying to get a hook on our liege again. Let's see. Not quite yet. Almost there. Unless we already got it. Let me double check just to make sure I'm not doing this for nothing. Your IRL name is basically a flower. Really? Well, that works out then. What's up, Escova? How you doing? I really enjoy CK3, but the pop-ups turn me off on it. Because I want to read it all. By the time it's done, I have 12 more to read. In multiplayer, yeah. In multiplayer, you gotta kind of just pick things very quickly. In single player, you don't, though. That's why I prefer our CK3 games to be on speed 2. I know it's a bit slow for some people, but it allows you to immerse yourself a bit more. Alright, this time we are fighting Lord William Thorntree. We'll bet on ourselves again. We should have no issue here. And we have no issue. We have become so competent in tourneys. It's kind of crazy. We are dueling someone else, which I skipped. And we won. My god. Look what he did to himself. Oh, Lord Morris the Impaler. I remember him. He has become a zealot and has carved the Star of the Seven onto his forehead. Like a completely reasonable human being. That's not terrifying at all. Oh, a Coragile. Our son is going to marry his, I think, cousin. Sir Warren. Not very competent. We'll bet on ourselves again. What do they call this? Easy money? The weight of a mountain slams down into my chest, shattering my vision into 1,000 shards. Ah, well. We're not down yet. Oh, fuck. We won! My mount holds steady, my aim is true, and I hammer my opponent with the tip of the lance. He teeters for dear life in his saddle before falling to the ground, impaled. The lance having gone through his armor and pierced his side. Whereafter, being attended to by the Septon, was pronounced dead on the jousting ground. A man we will soon be of blood relation to. That may make things a little complicated with our son and his betrothed. We just murdered his grandson. Oh, wow. Okay. Feel half a god. Oh, boy. Yeah, we just killed him in that joust. That's crazy. Jousting was very dangerous, though. And with that being the final round, we won our, we'll go with 7th tournament. I think that's what it is at this point. Almost a living legend. Writing and formatting the treaty. Oh, the big one, right? Page 7. Jesus Christ. That'll be a treaty for the books, though. Did you get a post on Highlight RP recently? I feel like I might have seen one of your treaties or something. Many treatises have been written on honorable conduct in war, but those authors' lives weren't on the line when they put pen to paper. Like ours definitely was jousting. I know from experience the best way to defeat my enemies is to ensure we only engage in battle on my terms. The question is, what terms would be the most advantageous? We'll do trick them into overextending. And we'll teach our son again. I gathered my retinue together for some war games, eager to try out my idea of faking a rout to lure my opponents into overextending. Once we split up into teams, I took care to show everyone how to yield just enough ground to trick the other side into moving out of position, while giving so much that our other line would break. My new tactic worked flawlessly, allowing us to encircle the enemy team and force them to surrender. Wonderful. We are in need of a new chancellor. We'll go with Master Jareth of Desert's Edge. The hustle and bustle is palpable among the traveling merchants' stalls. Temporary shacks are stacked to the rafters and contain all manner of knickknacks. These pieces are positively radiant and would make a lovely gift. As Milady Murray, our wife, and I walk by one of the merchants peddling jewelry, she hesitates slightly as she leans closer to look. Perhaps one of these would brighten her day. We do kind of love our wife, so no reason not to buy it for her. She's an analytic blackguard. As a member of House Hightower, that does check out. A bangle fit for Lady Maria. Maybe she'll forget about, My dearest Arthur, it's so good to see you. I watch you as you dutifully rule our realm, and I would like to assist in any way I can. She looks over her shoulder. I may have, well, let's not dwell on that. what I did in the matter. What I will say is that a mutual acquaintance owes me a favor. And she winces, as if remembering something important. I would keep my eyes peeled for any uncouth behavior coming our way. She tilts her head and looks at me expectantly. We would never trust. Not completely. So, we'll ask her to enlighten us. We gained a hook on Lord Connery as star-crossing. What did we explicitly learn? Or perhaps not. Our wife's a heretic? Hold on, I don't remember this. Our wife's a non-believer. I mean, we're not very zealous either, so not a big deal. We'll go to that tourney in Hellholt. Let's train our son to ride on the way there as well. He did well. Out of all the Paradox games, which do you like the most? Probably Stellaris. It's for different things. In terms of development and how much I respect like the making of the game, the dev team, and the direction, Stellaris. Mechanically, in terms of how much I can just consistently play it and still really enjoy it, probably CK3. In terms of just like multiplayer roleplay fun and kind of the state of things, Vic probably. So, not a definitive answer, but I think, I don't know, they're all very different in that regard. How about you? What's your favorite? 2 to 12 pages. God damn, Escova. Going hard. Empire's Sin is slept on. A Paradox game changed my mind. I heard really bad things about it. I heard actually nothing but bad things about it. And we will not watch the Everjoust this time. Let's see if we can try and get that hook on Laren yet. Can. This we really need to get. Otherwise, we can't secure God's grace, which is really important for us. I don't have a PC to play any Paradox games, but on a PS5 and get CK3, for sure. Well, which do you like watching the most? Like, of the ones that you do watch, if you watch them often, which one do you enjoy the most? I don't know if it's popular in Dorne, but it'd be pretty cool to play a Fate for the Seven Fanatic, preferably one of those that loathe Targaryens. Yeah, true. We almost got that in that multiplayer game as House Dayne, but then the fucking save file died. I do agree, though. Zealots are fun. We did not win the tourney in Hellholt. We lost. That's unfortunate. We'll teach our son riding on the way back as well. He's very good knight, isn't he? Holy shit. He's vengeful like we are, too. I really like that feature that you can impart values on your children. It's really cool. Katrina, our lover, has come to me and I immediately know why. She is pregnant again. This will be the 3rd kid she's had for us. We are definitely repopulating House Dayne, just not legitimately. Our son has been married to Teresa Korgal. Let's hold a feast in honor of this to celebrate the marriage and hopefully get rid of any tensions that might still be around after we did kill one of the Korgiles in that jousting tournament. I'm sure there would be a bit of bad blood over that, so let's have a feast to celebrate. She is actually fairly competent. She is Midas touched, a trained fighter, sadistic, vengeful, diligent, and arbitrary. 17 stewardship and 12 intrigue. She'll be a good partner for our son, honestly, if they can get along. And it's Drunken Stumble. Lord Connery unlatches an enormous cauldron hanging over the fireplace in the middle of the feasting hall, causing broth to fall all over the floor. Oh. And our son was so hungry, he started to eat it off the floor. What the fuck is wrong with our kids at feast? Oh, he's gluttonous, isn't he? Oh, damn it. So our son just publicly embarrassed himself in front of our Lord Paramount and basically the whole court. At his wedding feast, too. Well, my guests are gone home departed, I remain proud of my display of generosity. Lord Connery might carry more shame than satisfaction after overturning the cauldron. We're starting to go gray as well. CK3 and Hawaii. That's fair. They're both really good. It a great Star Wars mod. That's really the only reason, lol. For Stellaris? I assume, because they do have a very good one for Stellaris. Considering that Lewin would probably not contribute to anything special, I'm going to say, see ya. For sure. I will see you around. They're going to follow Eric Thompson from corporate. Is this the Twitch HR team here to talk about my copyrighted music on streams? Is that what this is? What's your goal for this campaign? So really it's about reestablishing House Dayne. When you start off the game, House Dayne doesn't have many members of its family left. They're a very old and respected house, but they need to kind of rebuild. They need to get more members of the family and reestablish themselves as really respectable. And also, long-term, the big goal I do want us to get to is becoming Lord Paramount of Dorne, or found the Kingdom of the Torrentine, which would be an independent kingdom made up of its historical territories, which is Blackmont, Prince's Pass, and Sandstone, which was historical kingdom our family ruled over before we were subjugated by Nymeria and House Martell. So either one of those are really the end game. I'm not going to shoot for King of the Iron Throne. I just find doing that in a short time period to be very unrealistic, so we will not do that. So that's our more or less end goal. Fuck, it's my landlord. God damn it. Can we get the water pressure fixed in the shower, please? I would really love for that to happen, if possible. That'd be really nice. The Memoriam of a Lord. Men need not fear as lives depart, though it may tear their grievers apart. And when their final hour nears, wonder will life echo through the years. That's actually not bad by CK3 poem standards. So we'll say we like it. We are 49. The manager. I'm going to start breaking chocolate bars. She doesn't have a single morally good trait. No, she's horrible. But look at our son's not as bad. He's vengeful and gluttonous, but he's also patient and humble at least. She is. She's diligent though. It's not a morally good trait, but it's also not a bad one. Her other ones are bad. Sadistic, vengeful, and arbitrary. If you piss her off, you're going to die. And we had a daughter who's a giant? Rosella Sand, the bastard daughter of our lover, who is a giant. Yeah, we're going to claim her as ours. And we're going to give her a martial education. As an arrogant lord, we'd be fairly sexist, but a giant daughter would make for a good warrior, don't you think? We may have our own House Dayne Brienne of Tarth. And yeah, that is very suspect, I will say. That's true. House Dayne hasn't had any members who have been giants. I don't think. We could actually take a look at our ancestors. Maybe on one of our, like, the mother or grandmother's side. Let's take a quick look at that. Nope. Nope. There's no hereditary giantism. I mean, it could have just appeared, but it's also very possible that our lover has a lover. Listen, our wife's boyfriend's a nice guy. We get along with him really well. He's lovely. He practiced swords with us sometimes. It's great. She's very diligent in her sadism and vengefulness. Yes, she is. She is basically Alicent Hightower. From House of the Dragon. I think that'd be a good way to put it. Is your lover cheating on you with a lover? It is very possible. Yeah. She doesn't love us. That's for fucking sure. So. We exposed her secret. Oh, yeah, because we keep telling everyone that they're bastards. Apparently she doesn't like that. Yeah. Yeah. There's a good chance that's not our bastard. There's some poetic irony in all this, isn't there? Considering our actions. Oh, he's gonna make a very good knight. I'd love to see them expand on the squire system and provide stat changes and even like stat decreases as a part of it. That'd be really cool. Oh, fuck. My liege, Lord Paramount Laren has brought forth undeniable evidence in my role in the death of Leah. That piece of fucking shit. Even dead, she's causing us problems. Shit. It's best I watch my back and prepare my defenses. There are many who have a thirst for vengeance. Lord Paramount Laren. He loves to sit on his high fucking horse. Piece of shit. I thought we had something good going. We accepted his insulting role as admiral, and he does this to us? We're gonna need to plot our revenge. We can't rush this. He's a loved man. He's a respected man. But you cannot insult or harm a member of House Dayne, let alone Sir Arthur Dayne, without expecting good dispute. We'll have our revenge one day. We'll bide our time and prepare. My daughter-in-law Teresa has given birth to a son, John Dayne, who is also handsome. Nice. More members of the house, which we very much need. Got very loud. John's not a bad name. Has anyone got a name they'd like to be used? Arthur kind of destroyed his knightly reputation with all those bastards and peasant killing. Yeah, he really did. He'd still be incredibly respected, but like he'd be famous as like the greatest fighter, but like also incredibly immoral. Dan, John, Aldrich, Alistar. Ooh, I do like Alistar. Alistar Dayne has a nice ring to it. Alistar Dayne. It has star in the name. What do we have on our banner? A shooting star. Yeah, that fits. Good. There's a lot of young members of House Dayne. Some of them even legitimate. So this is looking good. This is what we've been wanting to do with the later years of our life. Repopulate the family. Have our seed be sown wide. Our dog wishes to join the council meeting, and we will let her do it, because we don't care what other people think very much. Well, our dog took a shit in the council meeting. That's not optimal, but it's fine. My Marshal Cassiel has been showing off a promising new recruit. He may not be of as noble stock of you, my liege, but by a name I swear that Aiden is someone you want on your side. Oh my gosh, yes indeed. Aiden Wattel. He's from a minor, obscure family. He's vengeful and stubborn. We can respect that. Calm, capable, a trained fighter, a master hunter, and a dutiful captain. And a fighter with considerable prowess, yeah. That's a very good find from our marshal. We'll recruit him. And we'll make him into a knight. How long will the stream go for? Probably another 3 hours. Unless I get exhausted. I only did get 4 hours of sleep last night. I was trying to finish that trade video for Vic 3, which I was pretty happy with at the end of things. I rewrote that thing like 3 fucking times. Would be nice to get a spy in the Lord Paramount's court right now. We're gonna need it to start getting our revenge on him. We can't make her a spy. Why not? That's odd. The problem is he's just so well loved. Like, everyone likes our Lord Paramount. So it's going to be so difficult to scheme against him. I don't suppose. No. He has no family left we can go after either to scheme against him. He has a lover. And it's public too, I think, so we can't use that information against him. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to try and go after him. It'll take a lot of time. Could our aunt give birth to children? She was 37. It'd be possible. She's getting close to menopause, but in the game, you can actually have children for a woman, I think up until like 40 or 50. It can happen very late. There is a grand tournament in King's Landing happening, which we are competing at. This will almost be certainly our last grand tournament, so we need to do well here. Despite my best efforts, I was defeated in the preliminary rounds. We didn't even make it into the actual jousts. That's embarrassing. We're gonna go return home to we'll return home to Starfall after that embarrassing display. The Iron Throne is still ruled by the son of Robert, who is King Amory of the Iron Throne. He is the son of Cersei Lannister and Robert Baratheon, who won the Civil War. A lazy, calm, stubborn, and ambitious man. Who's incestuous, apparently. And bisexual. Oh no. One of his cousins is his lover. Jesus Christ, bro. Listen, I know as the king you have to take on Targaryen traditions, but you don't have to take on all of them. I'm just saying. Fuck. Oh boy. But yeah, we did not place in that grand tournament. We did not do well at all. That's embarrassing. What I want mostly is Hoi 5 to make a mod that will be easier and quicker to learn. You want them to make Hoi 5 easier for modding? Like generally, you mean? Hoi 4 is not the worst for modding, but they definitely could make it more friendly. Like they've done for some of the more recent games. What am I being pinged in? God damn it. The existence of my plot to fabricate a hook on Lord Paramount Aaron was discovered. Yet again, we will not get a hook on him, which we need to fight this war for God's grace, which we've been planning for almost a decade now. We're just not very competent at intrigue. We're not bad. I mean, we are at 15, but let's get our wife to help us next time. I don't think she's been doing that. And we'll get our spy master to support schemes going forward. We'll have to wait a year or two, but when we do it again, we'll be better prepared. I like Hoi 4. I don't make Hoi 5. What about the mods for Hoi 4? Hoi 4 mods are really good. I am in no rush to see a Hoi 5 either. The only game I really would like to see an update for is an EU 5. I would like to see an EU 5. I think they've done really everything they can with the mechanics underlying that game. It's almost 10 years old. So I'd love to see EU 5. And I'd love to see them put in a pop system. I'd love to see them make trade much more detailed. I'd love economy to be much more detailed as well and a bit more complex. And I'd love to see them to actually make technology more interesting. And build those mechanics better into the base game and then charge us all the money for DLC. That's fine. But that's the one I would like to see. Yes, we are trying to go to war. Cookie, the thing with the Game of Thrones mod is you can't just expand all you want. Like, in base CK3, there's many ways to easily, like, go to war. But in the Game of Thrones mod, to even fight someone you have a claim on, you need a hook on your liege. So until we get this hook I'm trying to get on our Lord Paramount, we just can't fight a war mechanically. The game will not let you. So I've been trying to for a while now. But it's quite difficult. Because you got to remember, this is still a completely united, centralized Iron Throne. Westeros, right? So wars of expansion were very rare in Westeros. They didn't happen that often. So they will be rare. But we are certainly trying to do it. Let's not watch all the other jousts. We did make it through the preliminary rounds. We're going to fight Lord Windell. And we'll bet on ourselves here. Let's also... We won it. Wonderful. I want to upgrade Starfall a bit more. We have a lot of money in the treasury at the moment. If we save to 5, we can go ahead and upgrade our blacksmith to the highest level. And given we've tried to make the forges of Starfall unique, we will do that. And we won. We have gone into intrigue. We went back over into martial, but we could go into intrigue again for this plotting we're doing. That would make sense. Let's try and teach him chivalry. He did well. Vengeful, paranoid, gregarious, and stubborn. Not bad stats at all either. Our second son is going to be pretty competent. He's the one I'm looking to install on the title and lordship of God's grace in this war. So it's a good thing he's become so competent and respected. Bet on ourselves again in this round. And we won it. Perfect. So we need to think about finding him a really good wife. Someone from a really good noble family. Let's go by prestige. And Aaron Stark. Baratheon. She is like a distant member of House Baratheon. We wouldn't be married directly into like the royal line, but if it was like distant relatives, we'd probably be prestigious enough for that. But given how much we've kind of sullied our name, I don't think we could do that. So yeah, let's find someone else a little bit lower down. Maybe within Dorne. Ah, a daughter of House Euronwood. That would be a really good idea. They are the most powerful family in Dorne, and one we very much are looking to get closer to. So we're going to go ahead and betroth Bernard to Delana Euronwood, potentially securing some of their support in what we're going to try and do as well. We won another round. Fantastic. We'll do swordsmanship even more. Is there a community that will help you mod/modding in Hoi 4? So we've got the Vic3, we've got the Babylon development server. I'll show you a link to that. Mainly, it's got a really active mod team for Vic3, like a really active one. I would, in the future, like to get one going for the other games, because optimally I want us to, like, just make good mods for multiplayer and roleplay for all the different Paradox games, because no one else really focuses on that. But the Hoi aspect is not very active. I'll throw you a link, though, in case you're interested. So there was, like, a Hoi 4 mod for roleplay that had been started to be made, like, a year ago. It didn't go really far. And yeah, Hoi 4 is not what I want to focus on. When the Vic3 mod is doing really well, the one I'd love to see us really actually start to work on is like a Babylon roleplay mod for CK3, where we incorporate a bunch of mods in for multiplayer and then start to do our own stuff for roleplay. Notably, I'd really like us, if we could get a team together, to work on unlanded aspects for characters and then more like profession-based systems to complement like your actual, what would it be? Professions to complement aspects of called personality or lifestyle. So yeah, and some other things like that. Babylon? Yeah, Babylon development is what it's called. The Vic3 mod is really far along. I'll link the website, which I made recently as well. Definitely not because yeah. Okay. We have won another round. Wonderful. Doing tournament roleplay will be so much better with tours and tournaments too. I mean, this is fun, but it's just so much more immersive. Who the fuck is this absolute unit? My god. Lord Arian of Tarth. Oh my god. He's our equal. He's strong. He's a legendary blade master. He's a formidable fighter, and his prowess is 40. I think that's the same as ours. We have one more prowess than he is. This is the greatest fighter we've ever faced in the tournament ground. Just a heads up right now. By far. This will be the great... And he's 61, too. This is the greatest fighter we will ever fight. So we have to bet on ourselves for such a great battle. Such a great joust. Post thunder down the list, and I take aim, and we are hit hard. We're not down yet, though. Yeah, we stayed on our horse at least. We'll take another run at him. This time we hit him with our lance, but he's not down either. He hit us hard, and we're up. Cool. 2 hits on us, 1 on him. We hit him again. We're just going back and forth, like hitting each other, fucking with lance, and neither one of us are going off. This would be an amazing joust to watch. Probably the greatest to ever be seen in Dorne. In recent memory. Yeah, he found out. We can't keep fabricating. We prevailed! In the end! We knocked Lord Arian off his horse and won the joust, defeating the only man we could ever begin to see as our equal. A great victory for Arthur. And a good thing to achieve in the twilight of his tourney career. Wonderful. What's up, Greeko? How you doing, man? Hope all is well over in Greece. I have a mod idea, but I have no idea how to mod it, and the tutorials are not the best. Yeah, you need, if it's even remotely ambitious too, you'll need help. Like, it's a lot. Let's go ahead and upgrade that blacksmith in Starfall. If we can. We need Royal Armory. We'll upgrade our hill forts instead. Our Marshal Castiel has promoted a new recruit. Aaron Soilena. Very competent. Not the best sword fighter, but his martial mind is very competent, and he is from a house that is not respected, but is existent. So we'll allow him to carry our colors. We need to find Let's get Lewin a guardian. We'll make Calciel Golstand his tutor. I may also try to get Lewin Flowers a title at some point, because he's very, very competent already. And then let's get guardian for our other bastards. We'll give him to Aaron Solana. So many children. And then our youngest daughter, the giant. We will also have Aaron Solana raised. So we're going to try and make her into a warrior. Again, we're really trying to establish our family as one of the definitive house for martial prowess, as House Dayne should be. It's your election day tomorrow. Yeah, I saw in the news like a video about like a huge KKE rally in, I think, Athens. How's that looking? Any interesting or kind of keeping the same politics? Yeah, he was an old-ass man. We're pretty old, too. We're 53, but when you get up to that age, every year counts. A feast in High Hermitage with the red steels. Good. Some of the best food we have ever tasted. Life-affirming food. For me, that's fish and chips. The only food that can ever, I would say, be considered what I would call life-affirming, where my like connection with reality is reinvigorated to an extreme degree, is when you have some good fish and chips. That does it for me. Yeah, that's about right. Now I'm hungry. Fuck. All right. Anyway. Hell yeah. Words of war. What rights does Master Drum think he has to claim that my ideas of warfare are misguided? Hey, he's a fucking peasant. Claiming that my ideas would break down the moment combat was meant. Ugh, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. You know! We don't talk about this very often, besides every feast and court meeting, but we thought we fought Aegon when he landed. We rode to the aid of King Robert Baratheon. Some, not me, probably me, some would say we were even definitive in helping defeat him. So, clearly we know how to lead men in the battle. I mean, ugh. At this point, a king would be better than them. They are all the same to every Greek person, my friend. They're all thieves. Fair, man. Your politics has to be pretty bad to start being like, fuck it, let's take a king. I mean, you know, I can understand even that in the US. I hate monarchies, but like, fuck, we need someone competent. But I don't like authoritarianism. That's a whole other thing. A submod for Indy where the Soviets survived and Gorbachev reforms worked. Have you ever played the Red Dawn mod, I think it's called? Is that Red Dawn? Something like that. We had another bastard with our lover Aaron. Eric Sand, who is beautiful. We're also going to make him a martial warrior. No. This one we're going to send to the Citadel to become a septon of our family. We're going to give him a learning focus. And we'll publicly acknowledge him as ours. We'll see to his education. We'll have our septon personally take him under his wing. We're a sinner. Because we've had so many bastards. I give my mustache to have Moktakis as the helm here across the Aegean. Who is that? I do not know who that is. How many kids do we have? We have 9 children, 2 of which are dead, so 7 living children. I'm happily soaking in the bathhouse, sharing deep reflections and salacious jokes with our lover Katrina as I feel all the tension leave my body. I'm genuinely having fun. So we discovered our common passion for bathhouses. Nice. We haven't had a chance to really interact or get to know each other that well. So basically, we've just been like fucking and that's it. Nice. I really look forward to our regular rendezvous here. Have we truly become friends? We are paranoid, but we've known her for so long. She's literally given us 3 children. So, why not? We'll befriend her. We just hang out in bathhouses all day, apparently. As you do. Bernard has come of age. I'm proud to see my son no longer a child. I was hoping the good tutelage would be enough to teach Bernard the intricicities? Oh my god, why can't I say this? Is that a word? I just say the intricate nature of warfare? Intricacies? Is that a word? Hold on. Bear with me. It's not a fucking word. I knew it. It's the, No, I can't even fucking say it. The, intricity of warfare. Fucking knew it. Fucking knew it! I was naive. He has only developed a basic understanding of the subject. That's a shame. He is a dutiful captain, a holy warrior, handsome, and a trained fighter. Could be worse. Could be much better. We will, of course, not knight him until he's 18 and can grow a mustache. From Turkey, yeah. Speaking of Hearts of Iron 4 mods, I found a really good mod called the New Order. Oh, God. That's the one Hoi 4 mod I really don't like. I want to combine my mod with Millennium Dawn. You know, you can always try and join the Millennium Dawn dev team, right? They will, like, teach you modding. And they always need help. Our orchards have been damaged, decreasing money. We'll spend the money on repairs. We've got it. In yet another joust, and we're defeating everyone as always. I'm going to say that, and then we're going to get knocked off our horse. We've been hit by a lance. And we've been, yeah, literally, every time I say we're going to win this when we lose. We've been knocked off our horse and knocked out of the tournament. We lost to Master Eros. I mean, at 53, our age is certainly becoming a very large factor, to be honest. Let's go pet our dog and sulk angrily. Our dog destroyed everything of one of the ladies of our court. Yeah, we're not going to give you 75 gold for your stuff. So, good luck. Son of the former king has returned to Greece, though, fortunately. Was it one of those things where he was, like, banned from returning for a while? Because I know some ex-monarchies had things like that, and even their constitutions and stuff. Question a scenario where the Soviet Union survives. They wouldn't let you do a scenario. They'd want you to work on actual stuff, though. They might let you work on, like, a focus tree, like, for Russia or something with, like, going back to communism, but... yeah, you would need to do a submod if you want a whole, like, alt history thing. I'm on my way to the Sept one morning when I run into Erin, who's carrying a small bag. Glancing around, she conspiratorially opens it, revealing all sorts of food and drink. It's such a beautiful day. Come join me outside for a morning picnic. As I start protesting that I'm on the way to the Sept, she interrupts me. The 7 who are won will still be here later, but the candied figs won't. We'll go chill with her. I don't know why we're getting stressed for being paranoid for this. She's our lover, and we're not religious, so sure. Yeah, him and his family were exiled. Yeah, Kemalism versus Islamism. I'm really hoping that Erdogan gets ousted. These elections are demonstrating how super ignorant the nation is. That's why it's very sad to live here. The country is so divided, everybody's calling each other terrorists. It's pure madness. Yep. USA isn't quite as bad as Turkey from what I've seen, but we have a very similar thing here culturally at the moment. It's really sad. No real policy gets done. People just yell at each other, and extremism grows on both sides. Yep. Alright. Let's see if we can try and get a hook on Lord Aaron again. Or not Lord Aaron, Lord Laren. Not for another year. We had the event again that having 2 lovers and a wife is way too much work. No, more stress. It's fine. We'll deal with it. We need more children for the family. It's definitely not because we're a horny bastard. We just need more heirs for our family. We are in need of an admiral. We'll make Aaron Selena our admiral, because he's also tutoring 2 of our children who will learn and probably grow from that under him. And we trust him. He's a good man. Thank you for the sub, Orion. Appreciate that, man. Are we balding? A good question. No, we are not. In fact, we have a very healthy head of hair. I know. We're good. Barrack Dane, I think, did end up balding at the end of his life. A little bit. Hair genetics in our family are pretty good. Yeah, thank you for the sub, the 2 months Orion. What's up, man? Recently, Mitsotakis and his conservative government tried to prioritize the nation's water supply. Oh, Christ. Oh. You got one of those in charge. Fuck, dude. That's crazy. I mean, in the roleplay Discord server would be fun to do the scenario. I think it might be fun. It would have to be an explicit scenario. Which, if someone would be willing to run it, sure. I don't know how much interest there would be in it. It is an interesting scenario. Woke up late? Did you just wake up? Are you West Coast Orion? We have that in the East Coast and it's not going well. Yes, you have the Thatcherites 2.0 right now, unfortunately. We'll go to the tournament in Blackmont. Let's try and piss off their lord again. I really do want to mechanically start like a feud with their family. We'll try and goad him. And we had another... No, we had a granddaughter. Not a bastard, a granddaughter. Robina Dane, who is pretty. Sure. I'm fine with that. The main opposition are soft Kamalis, which annoy hard Kamalis who vote for the 3rd candidate. Now, the main opposition's candidate has to scream everything that he is will exterminate the PKK. Oh, God. Run all our refugees off and ship them out the day he gets power, and lest hard Kamalis vote for Erdogan out of protest. Fucking hell. That's horrible. Marie. Sure. We will go ahead and... Nope, that's not the right thing. It is hidden. Marie it is, our granddaughter. Let's give her a solid guardian. Well, we'll get our septum for this as well. No, we can't. Give her a diploelectrication. Well, we'll just make her mother, or we'll make our lover her guardian. Got stuff done midday and succumbed to dreaded afternoon nap. I see. Okay, that makes more sense. Dude, waking up from afternoon naps are like the fucking most surreal thing ever. I am convinced every time you take a nap between the hours of 2 p.m. and 9 p.m., you basically, like, will go into another, like, alternative reality. Like, you slip through and go into a different dimension. I'm fairly certain that's a universal rule of the universe. We're gonna be fighting Lord Angron. That name. We'll place a bet on ourselves. Fuck, no, I placed a bet on him. And we won it. God damn it. So we lost our money. Accidentally betting on our opponent. Development server, if you need a scenario or mod idea for Hoi 4, just send me a message. Yeah, we'll do, dude. For sure. Appreciate that. You must expand the size of the Wild Hamu. This is the Game of Thrones mod. I cannot reiterate enough that expanding is very, very, very hard, and I've been trying to do it for like 10 years in game. But if you don't have a hook on your lord, you literally mechanically cannot declare war. So that's our issue right now. All right, let's actually bet on ourselves this time. There we go. And we won it. Oh boy. Lately, it feels like I am constantly being distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. Apparently, 2 lovers and a wife is not enough. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it's all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life. We're going to become rakish. We've always clearly had a bit of a habit for solving our problems with the lustful option. So we're going to become a rake. And we're going to go to a brothel. Because again, 2 lovers and a wife is not enough for Arthur Dayne. Lord Domeric Manwoody. He is going to be tough. We'll bet on ourselves regardless. He got 49.5% in the first round. He'll likely pass the 50% threshold. You mean Erdogan, right? I get to name the next child. I spent 2,000 points on naming the first, accidentally. Oh yeah, you hit it twice, didn't you? For sure, just remind me. Baby Felix. What did happen to Baby Felix? You did it last time and I never did that edit, did I? Tell you what, we'll rename, because I did completely forget to do that. I can't now because he's not our kid. I'll rename our grandson. We'll do that, because you did spend your points and I completely forgot. So we'll rename him Felix. That'll be our grandson, who will inherit one day. We also didn't give an education focus. He will, of course, be a warrior. And we will have him trained by Cassiel. I say that name a little bit different every single time. I'm going to make a note of that. I do want to make some. Okay. You're very welcome. We'll train our squire. Our son, I should say. And swordsmanship. What are they adding SS in the mod? It'll be a while. They're really working just on getting tours and tournaments compatibility right now. Like, you can clearly see they've already added a portion of it to the map, right? Like, fuck, goddammit. Like, they've got it in the game. You can't, like, just go look at it, right? Because it's all covered. But they've added the geography outline to the mod already. What I imagine they need to do is obviously finish the cultures, the buildings, the geography independently to make it look good. Because they set a very high standard for themselves, right? I mean, look at the map. They set a very high standard for the geography and making it look good. And from what I've seen, given how well run that mod is, I don't think they're going to probably let that slip. My guess is we'll get it added in proportions. I'd bet we'll get like this, and we'll get like this, and then they'll keep going east. That's what I would imagine they'll do. I could be completely wrong. I'm really hoping we get a struggle mechanic in the Stepstones too to actually make the game kind of interesting and have fighting happen. I hope they do like what Fallen Eagle did. Fallen Eagle is the like Eastern and Western Rome era mod for CK3. They added in a modified version of the struggle system, like for Iberia, right, with the DLC. where they modified it so it was a struggle mechanic between the Seljuks and the Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantium, but it was done in a unique way, so basically proxy wars would happen. They have a whole system to ensure that like these big cataclysmic wars where like one side gets annexed or huge chunks are lost doesn't happen, and it's more like border skirmishes and things like that. It's really cool. It adds a lot of flavor and fun to that game, to that mod. I really like it. So if Game of Thrones did the same thing in the Stepstones to replicate what it is in like actual Game of Thrones lore, right? Which is that there's never outright war between Essos and Westeros. It just doesn't happen. But proxy wars are fought in the Stepstones. So providing a mechanic for that I think would be really fucking cool. We'll see. So I don't know when they'll add Essos, but I would assume in portions. Bald Eagle playthrough has been on my list for a while. I'd love to do it. I did kind of start it as a lark, but I guess got beat so badly I got burnt out on it. Who the fuck are we fighting? Oh my god, we're fighting a 16-year-old. He's literally like a third of our age. I mean, he's very competent. And we'll vote on ourselves. I personally love the idea of Stepstone Wars because it's like the Targaryens, Afghanistan. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just repeatedly fight it, even though like it almost always goes badly for them. And for RP, it would provide so much interesting stuff between Essos and Westeros. And then even just for campaigns, like, what I've noticed is there isn't a lot of wars in Westeros right now. I'm hoping they add like more rebellions and more internal conflicts and stuff. But barring that, a way to make the game like not have combat is to do Stepstone conflicts, right? Where most generations you'll still be able to go to war and fight in the Stepstones, but you know, it's a more realistic way to do that, I think. So that'd be cool. And we won another tournament. Fantastic. We are getting very close to actually achieving Living Legend in our lifetime, which would be amazing. Hell yeah, man. Figuring out the name for it. Always important. I'm out walking with my dog when suddenly I see my spymaster Lord Davos approach with a beautiful white dog. Before Iris can react, they take off together. Oh, fuck. We're very nervous, so... Won't go well. The two dogs, after a while, in the middle of rigorous copulating. Well, Lord Arthur, I guess we'll be related soon. Fuck. Have you seen that someone made a mod where you can fight CK3 battles in Total War Attila? I did not. Can you link it? Crusader Wars. The one I was looking forward to and planned to use in a campaign was there was someone making one where you could fight CK3 battles in Mountain Blade Bannerlord. That's the one I've been waiting for. But a Attila one would also be really fucking cool. Oh man. That's really fucking sick. My computer could run that. Oh wow, that's really cool. Oh, that's really cool. Let's throw up a poll real quick and get your guys' opinion on this. Bear with me. Despite having streamed now for 2 years, you would never know it with how much I struggle with fucking Twitch. Maybe I'm just like a boomer at heart, you know? Probably. Poll. Okay. I'm going to throw out a little poll here. I'm just curious what you guys think of this. For like integrating either of those mods. So there's a mod that's being worked on. I don't know the current state of it, where you can fight the CK3 battles in Mount and Blade Bannerlord. There's now one, which I didn't know about, where you can fight them in Total War Attila or just like not at all. Like in terms of the campaign, what it would look like, right, is if it's a really big important battle. I wouldn't do it for small ones. You know, we'd switch over to go fight it in the other game. I have an SSD now, so I can probably get that battle set up and going, I'd say, within a couple minutes. So it wouldn't actually take forever. When I had my hard drive, doing this would take like 10 plus minutes to get this to work. But with the SSD I have now, I can probably make this happen very quickly. It wouldn't be seamless, but it could be very quick and I think a little bit immersive. So let me know what you think. Or if you just don't like that idea and, you know, would prefer only CK3 battles. Kind of, I guess, an opinion poll on this from you. Gives you an option to the battle menu to fight the battle yourself. You can then open Total War Attila and automatically recreates your army. Exactly. Yep. The Bannerlord one was going to do the same. I will say I am almost certainly going to be doing that for the next mega campaign when we start in CK3, the single player one. So that will almost certainly be happening. Just because I think it'd be a cool component. Did I destroy my hard drive in my backyard? No, I'm using it for backup storage right now, even though it's like fucking broken. Because there's still, I'm worried that there might be files in there I haven't gotten out properly because it was just so fucked up. But my computer purely runs on the SSD now. One day, though, I will take it out back, and I will use the pickaxe and the shed to destroy that fucking thing. Kristen has given birth to an adorable puppy. As much as I adore it and its tiny tail waggling, I cannot help take care of it as well. We'll give it to our wife. We do really like our wife. We'll give it to Maria. I think the name should be Star Rising or Rising Star. What do you think? Maybe Red Star Rising? No, it wasn't. Yeah, Red Star. Red Star Rising. Dawn of a Red Star, maybe? Dawn of the Red Star. Kristen has walked by my side for many years, and the passage of time does not spare dogs. As I kneel beside her, she starts wagging her tail slowly, but she cannot raise her head. I sit with her long into the night, petting her black back until the tail stills. Oh, fuck. Our dog died. At least she had a puppy before she went. God damn it. That's sad. Red Genesis. That's a good one. Domeric Marstein. He's a very good knight. He's absolutely ugly to look at, so that's fine. We're just gonna make him wear his helmet around. Where is he? Where's that ugly bastard? There we go. We're gonna force him. That is an ugly motherfucker. Jesus Christ. He was not blessed by the 7 with good looks, was he? Fuck. Okay, so I've got a solution. Arthur, as part of the deal to allow him to come to our court and be a knight, has mandated that whenever he's in the presence of his liege, he is to wear his fucking helmet. Beautiful. That's acceptable. We can deal with that. See, he looks great in his armor. You know, the Dornish armor is fantastic. And no one ever has to see him. Beautiful. There we go. Problem solved. We get a good night, and we don't have to feel unhappiness looking at him. Yeah, his face looks like someone put like a fucking, like, you know, clothing iron to his face when he was young. And just, like, flattened it. And then, like, took his nose. We've been invited to a tournament in Sunspear. Very well. We'll attend it. It'll give us a chance to find some people who also dislike the Lord Paramount. God damn it. We have a while to go. Extremely mean of Arthur, but at least he looks cool. To be fair, Arthur is a very mean individual, so it checks out. He's blind? No, the helmet has slits in the eyes. What do you mean he's blind? Like, look. No. There's, if you look very closely. Attila, really? Okay, what was the poll results? Let me look. By a lot, too. Overwhelmingly for Attila. Okay. Yeah, we can absolutely do that. I'll throw that into the next CK3 campaign I do, which is going to be that Venice Republic campaign. So hopefully it's compatible. If it's compatible, I'll throw that mod onto the campaign, and we'll include that in the next one. So we'll do Attila. And just subscribe to that mod on Steam, so don't forget. Oh, yeah, it's literally on the homepage, isn't it? Crusader Wars Alpha. It just came out. Wow. Came out yesterday. Yeah, thank you for telling me about that, man. Appreciate that. That's super fucking cool. I do worry it might not be compatible with some of the mods I want to run, though, but we'll see. Wonder if that would work with Game of Thrones. I wonder if it has compatibility with that. You know what they could do if someone wants to be an absolute beast modder? They could literally mod it so you could fight Game of Thrones battles in Warhammer 3 and use like the dragon models and use like a bunch of the Empire like models and make custom units for like the different like cultures and houses. You could literally mod Warhammer 3 to be able to fit into Game of Thrones, I would imagine, if you put enough time into it. That'd be fucking sick. Because you could have special units for dragons, and then you could probably have, like, using the abilities, not for as obscenely powerful as they are in Warhammer 3, but to give, like, special very good knights bonuses and stuff. That'd be fucking sick, but Jesus Christ, the time that would take and the effort would be ridiculous. Alrighty. Battlelord battles are a bit cheeky. Yeah, that is very true. Fuck, then I actually have to be competent. No, I'll roleplay it. I will roleplay it, though. Like, if we fight battles in Attila and we've got a low, like, low martial or low prowess commander, I will make bad decisions in those battles, too. I'm willing to do that, so that'll be fun. Not, like, make us rule, like, lose, but make, like, very obvious tactical blunders. Like a frontal charge. If they're an aggressive attacker with no real good tactical reason. You know, that kind of thing. That'd be fun, actually. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that would be really cool. Let's bet on ourselves. We knocked him the fuck down. We won another round? Damn it. This is pissing me off. I know a project I'm going to do this week. I am going to make what I'm talking about. I'm going to make a couple of YouTube videos, which are just basically going to be the music and related music from the different Paradox games. I'm going to make them really long, like an hour or two long, with just the songs back to back. I'm going to make the volume equal, so you at all times, because I know how to do that now with editing, like using volume envelopes to make sure that the sound stays at like a semi-reasonable level. And then I'm going to add ambiance into the background. So like I'll be able to use them for myself, and anyone else wants to. We'll have like a good in-theme ambience check for the different games. And then I'm just going to literally use them all the time. I thought about doing that for myself, but I think I'll just honestly upload them to YouTube. Why not? Because all these playlists just do not work how I want them to. Does playing a Republic work in CK3? Yeah, so there's a mod for it. I'll link it to you real quick. It's a really cool mod. Called Respublica. It is fantastic. There are a lot of compatibility issues with it, though, with other mods I know, so it's going to be a little difficult when I set up that campaign. I'm hoping I can get it to work properly. But yeah, it's that's the mod. If you want to play Republic, I recommend that mod. It's a lot of fun. I've played it by myself in single player a few times, and it's really cool. Really good mod. The Herald announces the next tilt, and we will be fighting Lord Allard of House Bracken, a Bracken who is strong with 29 prowess. Now, this is a considerable fighter we're going to probably struggle against. But that doesn't mean we can't place a bet on ourselves. We are Arthur fucking Dayne, after all. And he knocks us right the fuck off our horse. We lost! In our younger years, we would have faced no issue against this child, but we are getting old now. In Game of Thrones years, we're fucking ancient. Lord Arian ended up winning it. That absolute fucking beast from Tarth. The definition of an absolute unit. Look at that gut. My god. He's got like, just like, it's a gut, but it's like also mostly muscle. I assume that's a thing. Actually, I know that's a thing. That's me when I used to work drywall. He's a rather attractive Bracken. Yeah, he is. He looks more like a Targaryen. What's up, Leonidas? Teach the Bracken a lesson. Not at this tournament, I'm afraid. We'll just let the Black Monts do that instead. Already in another tournament. Goddamn. Estel Nigel. Nigel? Nigel, yeah. We made a fortune off of betting on ourselves, haven't we? It's kind of crazy. Jesus Christ. Bernard's of age. Alright. He is able to become a knight. All we require is that he take upon the distinguishing mark of our house. There we go. There we go. That's acceptable. Now we can knight you. Bernard Dayne, in the light of the seven, shall anoint you a knight and give you all distinction. Good. He came out all right. His prowess is solid, 18. I mean, not horrible. He's an irrational antagonist. We have like, no good children, do we? No, we literally have no good children. They're all assholes. Except for Eric Sand. He's too young. He's balanced. How's the Tarth family doing? They're doing pretty good, I think, actually. Yeah, they're in very good shape. They're doing just fine. Yeah. Time to marry your children together. Sir, do you see any Targaryens here? Because I don't. I see no Targaryens. No Targaryens to be seen. Keep an eye on our grandson there. And we get a fucking claim on our liege already? It's been probably 2 decades at this point. Nope. God damn it. Bestow him the family mustache from the treasury. Absolute unit. The giant gene didn't get in, yeah. From our bastard daughter. Grisella. She already has 10 prowess. Oh yeah, because she's a giant. 5 martial. She's a heathen too, like her mother. That's fine. We're not very religious. Yes, our son is knighted. If you could do a tier list of all USA presidents from F to A, where would you put them? Oh, that would take forever to do. My A tiers would be... Oof. FDR. Both of the Roosevelts. Eisenhower. Lincoln, I guessed. Maybe on a B tier. Jefferson. Washington. Oof. Yeah, those would be my A tiers. My F tiers would be Wilson, Trump, Bush, for sure, Truman, Johnson, Adams, Adams Jr., as much as it pains me to say it. He was just too ahead of his time, but he didn't work with what he actually had, sadly. Polk, Hoover. Yeah, I think those are my main F tiers. We'll do it that way. I won't do the rest, because Jesus Christ, that'll take forever. Wonderful, we have succeeded in Never Just. Can you check out the Ironborn? I wonder if there are more Danes there. I can tell you very simply, there are not. There are 12 living members of our family. They are all in Starfall right now. The Ironborn are still in good shape, though. They're not independent, of course. There's a bunch of wars going on over there. They're all fighting each other. Ironborns are allowed to fight, I think, without needing any other claims. Like, if you want to do lots of war gameplay and raiding and shit, you play Ironborn. I will do a playthrough of them at some point, but... we'll bet on ourselves again. FDR sent the Japanese to the concentration camps. Yes, it was a horrible thing to do. But if you read the history on it, you will understand why he did it. He was lied to repeatedly by the governor of California, who had both a political and a racial agenda to give him false evidence. I agree, it was a horrible thing. It's not defendable. But it's not a case of, I think, how some people portray it, which is that FDR just decided one day he hated Japanese people and put them in an internment camp. That's not what happened. He was given knowledgeably incorrect information on supposed Japanese collaboration on the West Coast, which was basically made up by the governor of California and members of the Army and intelligence services. And he made a decision based on bad information. I'm not saying that entirely defends him, but it's not as black as white as many people portray it to be. I mean, the lad we married to our aunt. Oh, him. That's a good question. Yeah, she had a son. Maddox Dayne. That's a good fucking name. Maddox Dayne. It's an Ironborn name for sure. He's alright. He actually does have really good martial skill. His prowess is good. Still mornings in summer. From the Lord Paramount. This is the man who publicly told everyone we're a murderer too. No matter how many days twist and pass, winds whisper coldly through the grass. Oh, fuck. Without him, we are all but hollow shells. Our misery festers. Our hearts rebel. We're going to publicly claim that it's a bad poem. We're going to humiliate him and publicly say it was a shitty poem. We have nothing that we like about our liege at this point, despite the fact he's a very good man. We don't care. How's it going, Lollipop? What's up? Let's go hunting. It's been a long time. I will say this for, I think, the 4th time. It is so difficult to enjoy these activities after playing tours and tournaments. Like, fuck. They did get me with that DLC. I visit my wife, Lady Maria, to see how little Holdfast is doing in her care. She meets me outside, the white dog beside her. He's doing well. He likes to follow the horses around. That's the only puppy of our dog who died recently, so... we're going probably more to visit the dog than our wife, but that's fine. I must have scoured the hills twice over now, and still no sign of game. Everyone expects me to return triumphant with a trophy, but things are looking I will return in shame. We're an arrogant bastard, so we'll buy one from a local market. What kind of market just sells wolves, like dead wolves? Eating some cheese sandwiches. Fuck yeah. I am drinking coffee and trying desperately to get us a war so that we can continue the legacy of our house, which is proving very difficult. Cheese sandwiches are a good way to enjoy your Saturday, though. So, respect. Fuck. I haven't eaten today, actually. God damn it, Lollipop, you're making me hungry. Once again, I wake with a beating heart and the remnant of a fire smoldering in my loins. Nice. Many nights have passed since I shared a bed with a beautiful woman I stumbled upon during one of my nightly excursions. My longing only grows. Are we finding another fucking lover? God damn it. Arthur, Jesus, man. Dina Goldstand. Oof. Oof. That name. Ah. Dina is the name of... I don't get into that. Cool. Alright, we'll go after her. We'll upgrade our holding in the lighthouse again. We'll upgrade the trade port there. All the way into shipwrights. We're becoming not like a major naval presence, but we're not non-existent anymore. As we focused on trade, we're the admiral for Dorne. And we have some Ironborn in our court now who are helping us. So it's going somewhere. Brisket sandwich I made. That sounds delicious. Also, fuck you. Now I'm even more hungry. Oh, God. Brisket is so good. This is cruel and unusual. If this continues, I will have to take a break to go eat. My lord, we can find the size of this peasant you have been searching for. With the limited resources at my disposal, there's only so much I can do. Even as my son and heir Arthur bows and scrapes, my thoughts wander to that magical night. We literally are trying to get our son to go procure another lover for us. Nice. I must have her, whatever it takes. Yeah, he's very rakish. No, you don't need to apologize. You're completely fine, man. It's not. It is not a big deal. I'm just dreaming about dinner now. My lord, my knight Eric has ended all conversation with you. Seeing my sudden interest in the amount of correspondence as a sign of nefarious plans, as it appears as if he's under pressure and I'm plotting against him. We're literally just trying to get to know you better, man. Come on. I mean, we're the same way, really, but still. He becomes more vigilant. My lord, I present to you Dina, brought before you upon your insistence. At last, as she stands before me, I feel like time we shared never ended. This is like probably just some woman we met in a whorehouse, though, let's be real. Going by her warm smile, she's not forgotten me either. Detain that woman. Oh, no. We'll ask her to stay in our court. We're not that bad. I don't think we're quite that sadistic. Arthur Jr. got rid of the mustache. How fucking dare he? That's grounds for being disinherited, I'm gonna be honest. What the fuck is this, Arthur? What the fuck is this? No, that's gifting. He can't use it. I think that's a show of disrespect. I think it's time we get a new Castellan. Arthur is, we can't have a member of our court not wearing the distinguishing mark of our culture. We can't abide by this. We are going to name Master Athos, our vassal, as Castellan of the Torrentine. Arthur, I think, can go attend to other things. We're a petty bastard, so we'll do that. For our spy master, we will go with Master Phineas of Dawnlight. If he wants to insult us, that's fine. But he's not gonna sit on our council if he does so. wonder if he's plotting against us. He might be plotting against us. You never know. Speaking of fashion, I stood around my court and proud of my new bold fashion-forward statement. My usual headdress cocked to the side. What are you wearing? My lover Katrina cries out for me across the hall. She does not like it. She doesn't like our hat. Well, fuck her. My child Bellamy has recently become an age in which he is able to be squired. To go underneath Lord Guerin. Yeah, we like the Red Steels. He's a capable lad, and he's a very capable lord, so we will send him to be squired by Lord Guerin. Disinherit son, skip the grandskin. You gotta skip every generation to keep the genes, you know, like, keep those genes moving around. The king just died. How did he die? King Amory of the Iron Throne died of old age. He is now, we have a new king of the Iron Throne. King Axel. That's a fucking name. He's very competent. Grey Eminence, handsome, greedy, calm, arrogant, and callous. He's amazingly competent in combat. Good Diplo. He's a solid king, all things considered. He's married to a Macy, too. Queen Yanira. Nice. Let's see if he can actually get any kids. Well, I guess. God. Him and his wife are both gay. Fuck. Well, that's good. Maybe they won't have kids and we'll have a succession crisis. Well, I think it's time for us to go release some stress down in the city. Yeah. The legacy of Arthur's being tarnished more every single day. No one will ever dispute our history, our awards, our laurels, but I think his exploits in old years are quite well known at this point. Alright. Fabricate hook. Come on, we can do this. We still really want to fight the war for God's grace. Lord Conran has gotten weaker in old age, too. It's even more of a good time to do it. Let's make some wandering stars. Add to the constellation. Damn right. Wild oats. Alright, we're going to marry our second son to the daughter of House Ronwood, which they do not want to accept anymore. He married? Oh, he already married her. Okay. We're going to say no to this tourney. From here on out, we're only going to go to the really big ones in big capitals, so we're going to say no to this. He's up there in years. He's 58, so... Given he's an arrogant prick, too, he also would feel as though he's proven everything he needs to. Which, to be fair, he more or less has. Let's commission an artifact. We do not have a proper crown, so let's commission one of those. Oh, we have a new leash! Lord Paramount Laren has died in a jousting accident. He got killed at that jousting tournament we didn't go to. Fuck, we could have been the one to do it. That is cruel indeed. He is succeeded by his daughter. No, I apologize. Son. Lord Paramount Angren. Fucking name, man. He is a handsome, trained fighter, an intricate web leader, lustful, gregarious, brave, and just. Also, a fairly good guy. Let's go ahead and fabricate a hook on him. He wants us to be the spy master for Dorne. I suppose we could accept those terms. That seems like a reasonable offer. We could do that. Fearless Paragon. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into, does he? That's fine. We might protect him. Today I'm observing Master Jareth as he trains some of the new levies, but the recruits under his command resemble a disorganized mob more than an army. I look on as he struggles to gain control of the situation, clearly pushing to his limits. While it's never easy to train new soldiers, he seriously needs to do better than this. We'll help him out. He rejected our advice. Fucking craven. Absolute craven. We have a pretty good chance of getting this scheme. During the kind of power vacuum that's come with succession, it's a great time for us to expand our holdings too. My lord, the work on your prestigious artifact is proceeding well. I'm not making any promises, but we managed to produce a true masterpiece. What idea would you like to guide my hand? We're arrogant, so we'll want to impress people. Yeah, in this timeline, the Martells are like paragons of virtue, which is so weird. Because they're the opposite in the actual lore. Very odd turn of events, frankly. DM4. God. Fucking scam Discord DMs. We'll go to the one in Storm's End. That's a respectable tournament. We'd fight in that. My good companion Katrina has been with me for the last few days, each night avoiding my invitation to join. Today she catches me alone in the library. Arthur, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you this as your friend. Your unending grudges. It puts you in a bad stead. Surely, you must see, it does the Lord no good to behave this way. First, she insults our hat, and now she's suggesting that we run our affairs poorly? Yeah, we'll tell her to fuck off. Clearly doesn't understand her place. When can you watch the videos? Like I said, it'll be at the end of stream. We've probably got another hour to go or so. I really wanted to try and fight this war today. That was the main thing I had wanted to do. Oops, that's not the right one. Pin. We will be fighting Master Robeson of Pine Lake. Nice. Oh no. We were knocked onto our fucking ass and we lost. I think, ego-wise, we're gonna probably stop fighting in tournaments. Because we know we're gonna start losing a lot more and we wouldn't want to. So we're probably gonna stop attending tournaments, I would say. I think that makes sense for him. Felix isn't doing too badly. We'll give him insights. We are a very capable swordsman. And we gave him bad advice. Nice. Let us go pay homage to our new liege. We will bestow upon him gifts. We have much money and we're not greedy, so that's fine. And it went well. He's completely fine with it. We have sworn allegiance to our Lord Paramount. It began as an occasional treat. An unusual habit, but I'm Goodstone Dornish, and what Goodstone Dornish hasn't eaten some dodgy herring in his time? Fucking disgusting. Over the last few weeks, though, Derek's predilection for utterly rotten fish has gotten to a terrible idiosyncrasy. God, are the Dorne supposed to be Swedish? We're gonna have an intervention and try and get him to stop eating rotten fish. He was deeply insulted. The Dayne crown, it is really mediocre. It gives us prestige and a little bit of opinion, that's it. We really struggled to get any notable artifacts, but we will use it. It's not the worst. push our boys to go into tourneys as a sports dad. Yeah, true. Tours and tournaments is great about letting your kids actually compete as well, so that'll be fun. All right, we're gonna remove Katrina as a lover. After recent things, we're really stressed by having so many. We're gonna get rid of Katrina. She's been questioning us. She doesn't know her place. We have no reason to see her anymore. An odd man has arrived at my court today, looking more like a vagrant than a courtier. The man announces that he is a hedge wizard, and he can be of use to me. We had this once before when we were younger, and we did nothing but lose gold, so we will cast him away from our court. He has no place here. Alright, here we go. We might actually get it. Everyone gets naked sometimes. The hard part is ensuring that the troop of jugglers entering Lord Paramount Angron's chambers at just the right time, and then there's enough servants around to speculate about the ensuing chaos. I suspect Angron will do anything to prevent me from stoking the flames following rumors. Aha! We did get a hook on him. Can we fight the war? Parochial vassal disapproves war. What the fuck is that? We can't fight for our high lordship. God damn it. No, we can't. Okay, yeah, we can. Good. We can do it. Lord Paramount Angron will join the war against us, though. To be fair, this is a huge move we would be making. The Euronwoods and the Lords of Harrenhal would join us. We need another big ally to fight this war. Let's look to our kin. Euronwoods from our son. Wince from our daughter. Porgoyles. We need another major alliance, but we're out of blood children. What of our grandson? No great options. Oh, actually, if we reset, we might be able to. Nope. Our bastards, I don't think we can get alliances with. And even if we could, it wouldn't make much sense. Oh, this is a problem. Fucking Vances. And the Royces, my god. They do have friends in high places. You think he would jump in without thinking? If he knew the Lord was going to be fighting, he's not an idiot. You have to remember. He's an absolute fucking cunt, but he's not stupid. That is one thing for certain. He's also paranoid. We will get one more ally, and we'll do this war. But how we get one is the question. I have a radical idea. What if we promise whoever we marry one of our bastards to, that they will inherit? So instead of giving our second son, Bernard, the title of God's grace, in order to secure an alliance to win this war, we instead will grant it to one of our legitimized bastards. Therefore, whoever we marry him to, their family will not only have an ally with us, they'll have an ally through their daughter or granddaughter in God's grace. That would be the type of thing I think many lords would be willing to take, because God's grace is considerable. It's, I think, the third or fourth most powerful holding in Dorne. Question then is which one of our bastards we would choose. We have Lewin Flowers, who is patient, zealous, stubborn, sadistic, and beautiful. Not that competent at all, though. We have Bellamy Sands, who's also fairly incompetent, frankly. We do have Grisella Sand. And then lastly, we have our youngest son, Eric Sand. We'll go with the safe option, and we'll go with Lewin Flowers. He is legitimized, right? Yeah. Oh, we have to request to legitimize him. We can! Request to legitimize bastard. We'll have to send this directly to the king. To King Axel himself, but he will accept. Alright, in order to make this play happen, we are going to send a request to King's Landing to get the King's seal to legitimize our bastard Lewin, making him a formal member of House Dayne. I've declared my son Lewin to be a legitimate child and a member of House Dayne. It has taken me a lot of thought to arrive at this conclusion. While some may disagree, it was the right thing to do. Given he is now formally a member of our family, we will give him that title of God's grace. So whoever we marry him to will receive it. No, that's Harley's. No. Your onwards we already are allied with. The Manderleys, they're too far away, but that is actually interesting as fuck. The Arbor is very interesting. Prince's Pass. Now that's interesting. The Manderleys are interesting, but they're way too far away. They'd be no use to us strategically in this war. Whereas House Fowler would be very useful. They're our northern neighbor, one that we have had always good relations with, mostly. I'm going to follow, make sure I got that name, White Sabo. Thank you for that. To get an alliance with the Fowlers would increase their power in Dorne, and would in turn give us a close ally we could potentially rely upon. We'll go with this. That'll make it about even in this war too, by the way. So we may lose this, to clarify. Lord Morris the Foolish. All right, how do we look now? Could fight an independence war. We're not there yet. Yeah, it's literally going to be even. Look at that. I wish we had better men-at-arms, though. We've got very good knights, at least. Why are you not allied to the Korgoths? We are. That's what I don't understand here. I don't know why they're not entering the war. Because we do have an alliance with them. Corgyles, the Fowlers, Euron Woods, and Harrenhal. The troops from Harrenhal will not get here for a while, but that's the same with House Royce. He's a deviant. Whoa. No, the Corgyles are going to join, actually. Yeah. Alright, I think we're about ready. Let's get some music. Our first major war of this campaign in 4 sessions. I love the Game of Thrones mod. I'm going to play a banger. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally ready to make the play we have been planning for half our life at this point. To expand the power of House Dayne. To find more titles for the growing number of members of our house of of noble blood. We need more holdings in Dorne. Our influence is not enough. We're not just any common house in Dorne. We're the Danes. We rule kingdoms before we are descended from the greatest of Westerosi blood. We are warriors without equal. We should not be simple lords. We should be much more. But to get there, it will take steps. It will take generations. And to begin this, we must secure another great holding for our family. God's grace is the family home of our mother, Almodus. They feuded with us once. We gave terms, but House Dayne does not forget. And with this war, we will secure ourselves both vengeance and power in Dorne. This young lord may fight against us, but he will not stop us. Let's fucking do it. Call the banners! We'll lead our men directly, and we're reckless. Alrighty. Let's do this. We haven't called our allies, have we? Let's call the Euronwoods, they'll join. Let's call the Fowlers, they'll join, and let's call the Corgyles. They will not join. They're friends. Oh, he's friends with the Lord of God's Grace. We'll call the Lords of Harrenhal then instead. The Wince. Let us rally in the Prince's Past and march east. The Royces have joined. The Lord Paramount has not joined directly yet. I think we need to take the advantage here and see if we can siege it out and put an end to this war before the Lord of Runestone lands in Dorne. Oh, good timing. We're going to get Overseer. Our scouts report their army is gathered at their capital. No men to support them. We can destroy them here. They're on the run. Fuck. We'll take the fight in the mountains. We'll win it. We slaughtered their army there. We are needing to go as quickly as possible. The Knights of the Vale are very dangerous, and House Royce is without equal. It looks like Angron is going to stay out of this war, though. He's not going to involve himself. He's not a warrior. And we did have a hook on him. If we want, we can always release that information about him. About just how much of a deviant he is. A slow commander. That's fine. He'll make a good knight. House Went has arrived. This is looking very good for us. We'll be able to honor all the promises. Uh-oh. Lady Beryl of House Vance has landed up in the north. We've almost finished the siege. She's coming right for us. That's a big army. The Royces are there too. We'll finish the Seeds of God Grace and try and get a fight with them here. We took the capital. We've imprisoned his granddaughter. He will not give terms, though. We'll need a battle here. Let's chase them into the north. Lady Aslina escaped from our prisons. And we are on the road here. We may get a fight on dry land, too. We'll fight well there. This is a big battle. We have to win this. House Royce is not marching with them, though. Never mind. Here they come. We pulled them into a trap. Just like we planned. We need those reinforcements, though. It's enough. And our son comes of age, the man who will inherit. A dutiful captain and a good fighter. Aaron has excelled on the battlefield today and exceedingly well. My attendant recommends I knight him in hasty battlefield ceremony. We'll do it. A good battle. Cause for celebration. Let's see if we can destroy the remnants of their army. We can end this war right now, but I'd rather we humiliate the remnants of their family. Good. With this, we will give them terms. Without Lord Paramount Angron joining, they had no chance. If he had joined, I think we would have really struggled there. But regardless, the war is won. And with this, we will... Oh, he actually got to keep his holding there. Fuck. Did we get no actual holdings there? We didn't. They became our vassals. And I bet we can't strip his titles. Nope. We could strip his cousin of power, but it would be an act of tyranny. Are we a tyrant? Are we a tyrant? To revoke a title in Game of Thrones is a really big deal from a big house, to be fair. It's not like in regular CK3. Like, culturally, it's just such a big deal. I don't suppose any of them have no heirs. No, they all have heirs. I do think we would probably do it, though. Because if we don't, we'll have no title to grant to our legitimized son and no way to give him direct control. Well, let's make a feud. We will strip Lord Leslian of his titles and seize his holding in Narandon. With this, we will grant it as well as all of its holdings to Lewin Dane and honor our promise to the Fowlers. And we will give him God's grace. We're not going to give him God's grace quite yet. Because we need to make sure he has children. If we give this to him, like the full title, the High Lordship itself, and he dies with no heir, it will go to Lord Paramount, Laren, and that would be making this all for nothing. We can't do that. So until such time as he bears a child and gives us an heir for our branch of the family there, we will keep him, as well as the other vassals, directly under our control. So yeah, all our reputation is gone now. Like, we're still respected and probably feared as a great knight and warrior, but our actions in Dorne would make us absolutely hated by everyone who aren't our allies. House Euronwood, House Fowler, we're really working with them in the core guilds. They all like us because they're benefiting from what we do, but everyone else would hate us. I mean, we essentially just seized power in another region, a big region of Dorne, and made ourselves unnecessarily powerful. And stripped noble houses of their titles. Not completely. We didn't force House Illyrian into extinction, so it's more doable, but we did strip one of their members of his titles. Because both of those countries have really good focus trees, Alex, that's why. We should somehow secure God's grace itself too, I think, for its long-term survival. I agree, but easier said than done. We learned that Serwyn is a cannibal. And we'll tell our liege. He doesn't really like us. We need to get back in his good graces. Or in his God's graces, even. Well, I think this is a good place to stop. I didn't want to go super long. I want to do just kind of a 3-hour stream today. It's been a long 24 hours. I have a lot more to do tonight. We'll end here, but before we do, I promised to watch those videos you sent me, Alex, so let me go pop those up. We will end here for House Dayne. That's a good place to end. We finally fought a war, finally secured more titles, and will establish, hopefully, a cadet branch of our family in God's grace.